In the last 365 days, we were able to increase our conversion rate by over 15%, which resulted in hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional revenue. In this video, I'm going to show you start to finish on how you can increase your conversion rate by identifying reasons your customers are not buying from you and then objection handling those reasons. If somebody doesn't buy off of your website, there is usually 99% of the time a reason why. The very first thing you're going to want to do is identify what those reasons are and why people are not purchasing. And I'm going to share with you exactly how to do that. So what you're going to want to do, and this is going to be step one that you can all write down. We're going to say step number one is identify objections. Now, how can you identify objections? Fantastic question. The easiest way to identify reasons people are not purchasing is to ask them. Now, how can you ask them? An easiest way to do that is to run surveys on your website. You can either run surveys directly when somebody opens up the page your PDP and they're scrolling, or you can run it on exit intent when somebody's about to leave the page. An application that we've used in the past to do this is called Hotjar, which allows you to have a survey pop up and ask somebody, is there anything stopping you from purchasing today? And you can let them put in either a multiple choice or you can have it an open response, like written response. Essentially, you want to collect this data and understand what is stopping people from purchasing. If you want an in-depth video on how to literally do this, I made one. It's on ecom.live. I'll actually link this in the description. How to set up customer surveys using Hotjar completely for free. This is how I approached our setup. So again, very first thing you're going to want to do is identify what are these objections, and you're going to want to get a nice, good amount of data to support why your customers aren't purchasing. And this is kind of how it's going to look like. You can see this is a big data dump on when we did this for our brand, and you can see there's a few big reasons why people are not purchasing. One of the biggest reasons here is the cost. People are price sensitive. They don't want to spend the money particularly. They don't have the money, right? Another really big reason, and this is the one we're actually going to be objection handling here in this video today, is images. People don't know if the image that they submit of their pet is going to be exactly the same image that's put onto the pendant. And for additional context, for anybody who does not know the project I'm running, it's Pup Ring, right? We have personalized jewelry for pets, and you can see we engrave an image of a person's pet on a pendant, and people are afraid if it will or will not actually look like the image they submit. So that's an objection, right? And we didn't know this was an objection until we ran this survey. So that's why, in my opinion, that it's super important to simply start by identifying why are people not buying, right? So after you've identified and made a list of the reasons people aren't buying, you can go ahead and kind of go here to step two. And let's go ahead and write down step two here. So step number two is going to be creating ads that objection handle. Now, just like you have ads that are telling customers about what the problem they have is, that are talking about the solution that you provide, you're going to want to create ads that are talking about the objections that your customer has and how, talking about the objections your customer has and directly objection handling those objections within that piece of content. Now, again, this might sound a little bit confusing right now, but as we go through the rest of this video, I'm going to do this in front of you. You're going to get it by the end of the video. So the very first thing now on step two that you're going to want to do is write down some copy, right? We know, so if we take directly live example on what we're doing here for images, we know that people are not sure if the if the photo is going to look the same on the final product. So what I can start doing is writing some copy down to kind of try to combat that. And what I'm going to do, the style of creative I'm going to create here is going to be, you know, on TikTok, how you have the small comment bubble that asks a question, and then there's like a voiceover that answers the question. That's how I'm going to approach creating this creative, and that's the copy that I'm going to start brainstorming here live in front of you guys. So what you're gonna wanna do is have some type of a notepad to do this in. I'm going to go ahead and just have my, my Mac notes here. And we're gonna wanna go ahead and just start jotting down some copy. Let's go ahead, pull this up. Okay, so then we're just gonna say copywriting for objection handling images, right? And you can, you know, title this whatever you'd like. I'm simply going to go ahead and now start brainstorming this creative that I'm trying to put together that's going to objection handle the problem or the objection that people have. So I'm going to go ahead and say, let's identify what we want to have in that comment bubble, right? I think that we can start off by saying something along the lines of, but will the engraving look exactly like the photo I submit, right? So the way we're gonna piece this together is having a customer, like a small comment bubble, where it's like a potential customer that's asking that question that other people might have. You see how I'm approaching it? And then essentially we're gonna have B-roll footage playing in the background, showing how the photo that they submit is exactly the photo that comes on the pendant. You're gonna wanna apply this, right? I'm applying this to my brand and my product. You're gonna wanna directly apply this to your brand and to your product. And then we're gonna have a voiceover, right? And we're gonna talk about how to script out the voiceover part. But let's first go ahead and get this comment bubble created. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy the copy I just wrote. And we're gonna go over to talkcomment.com. I like to use this tool. It's completely free and it's very nice because you can generate random profile pictures. So I'm gonna go ahead and just generate a random female profile picture here. And we're gonna go ahead and just call her Golden Dog Mom 1. And then we're gonna paste the comment in there. But will the engraving look exactly like the photo I submit? Perfect. We're gonna hit download comment. And you can see I now have a comment that has the objection that other people might have written down, right? But will it look exactly like the photo I submit? Perfect. So I have that created. Let's go ahead and now identify the voiceover. I think the voiceover copy is probably the next thing that I want to do. And I actually already have it written here, so I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste it and we're gonna talk about it. The way that I'm approaching this is in a very genuine manner. I'm trying to make this very like owner of the company speaking to the customers, right? So you can see how I wrote this down is, great question. All of our personalized jewelry for pet owners looks exactly like the photo you send us. Here is the photo the customer submitted, and here is the engraving that our team of artists crafted. You can rest assured that if there are any issues with the photos you submit, we will personally reach out to make them right. If you haven't already heard, we're doing a limited buy one get one free sale for the end of the summer 2024. So personalize a meaningful piece of jewelry for yourself and get another completely free just for the next few hours, right? So the way I'm constructing this is I'm answering that question, right? I'm being very clear with the fact that every photo they submit is gonna look exactly like, every product that they buy is gonna look exactly like the photo that they submit. I'm handling that objection. And then at the end here, you can see I'm injecting that offer, adding a little bit of urgency there just to get them back to the site and to purchase, right? So this is going to be the voiceover that I am going to create. And we're actually gonna create that voiceover right now live. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my voice memos here. And you can do this many different ways. I'm just going to have, I'm just going to utilize this right here, which is like the voice memos app on Mac. And I'm gonna hit the record button here and I'm just gonna read it just like I read it out loud here. You can also use your phone with a little microphone. I'm gonna use my Yeti here. So let's go ahead and get started. Great question. All of our personalized jewelry for pet owners looks exactly like the photos you send us. Here's a photo a customer submitted, and here's the engraving that our team of artists crafted. You can rest assured that if there are any issues with the photos you submit, we will personally reach out to make them right. If you haven't already heard, we're doing a limited time buy one get one free sale for the end of summer 2024. So personalize a meaningful piece of jewelry for yourself and get another completely free just for the next few hours. Beautiful. Great question. All of our personalized jewelry for pet owners looks exactly like the photos you send us. Here's a photo a customer submitted, and here's the engraving. Perfect, right? So it sounds great. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit done. We're gonna go ahead and change this to objection handling image. And I'm going to go ahead and go to, let's go ahead and download this. I'd like to go ahead and show it in the Finder, which is going to pull it up here. And then I'm going to simply drag this into my downloads folder. So now that I have a voice over and I have my copy, I need some B-roll, right, to put this, to actually piece this together into an ad. And the best way to do B-roll is honestly just to set up a camera, right? Everybody has one of these phones, like an iPhone or something like that. And that's all you need, guys. You don't need anything fancy. You're just gonna wanna set that up on a tripod with some nice lighting. You can go outside, you can use a window, and you can shoot some nice B-roll. If you want, I have a lot of content completely free, both on my YouTube channel as well as ecom.live on shooting content. One that I wanna just point out here is if you take a look at the video I did 6 days ago on how I make organic viral ads for my dropshipping business. You can see here, I shared my screen and I shot some B-roll live right in front of you. So that's a great resource if you want just a more visual explanation on how it's done. So I actually already have some B-roll that I'm going to be using for this piece of content. And I'm going to go ahead and drag it here and we're gonna take a look at this B-roll. So this B-roll is this right here, which is, you can see, is a very nicely lit background. And I show here a picture of the dog, and then I show here the engraving that we did off that picture. So you can see it directly goes in line with the objection handling that I am trying to do. We're gonna go ahead and actually piece this together using an app that I used to not like in the past. Now I am starting to like it a lot more, CapCut, right? I was always a Premiere Pro guy, but CapCut's been getting better, and that's what we're gonna use to actually piece this together. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire up CapCut here, and we're gonna take all of these assets that we just created. We're gonna take that voiceover, we're gonna take that comment overlay, and we're gonna take this video, and we're just going to yoink them right into CapCut. So let's go ahead, I'm gonna minimize all this stuff here. Move that off the screen. Right, and we have, again, our step one was identifying these objections. Our step two was creating ads that objection handle. That's what we're currently doing. And we're gonna go ahead and open up a new project here in CapCut. We're gonna drag that onto the screen, and we're gonna go ahead and simply drag and drop our assets into CapCut. And now this piecing together is honestly really simple. That's why I've started to like CapCut a lot more. Yeah, it's just very easy to do, very beginner friendly as well, especially if you're new to editing, not difficult at all. I'm gonna go ahead and crop this down here to start right at the beginning when I speak. Great question. All of our personalized jewelry for pet owners looks exactly like the photos you send us. Here's a photo a customer submitted, and here's the engraving that our team of artists crafted. You can rest assured that if... Cool. So now I want to piece this together in a way where it seems really natural in terms of the footage. So I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm going to see if I can first start with this. So I want to first start with... I might want to first start with a box being opened. Let me see. I think I have that as well. Yeah, beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and use this footage here. This is a second piece of footage that I didn't show you guys yet, but you'll see it now. I'm gonna go ahead and simply drag this on top. We're gonna drag this one a little bit out. And then I'm gonna wanna start it with this box, kind of just showcasing this box a little bit, right? Before I start talking about the before and after, right? So we can go ahead and start something like this.
Great question. All of our
Right, so great question. Maybe I'll jump it.
All of our person.
Okay, cool. So I might do a cut here, and then I might jump to like opening this box.
Personalized jewelry. Great question. All of our
And then we're gonna do this.
All of our personalized jewelry for pet owners looks exactly like the photos you send us. Here's
Okay, and I'm gonna actually disable the audio in this clip, and we're gonna, where I say now I'm saying here's the photo that a customer submitted. We're gonna simply go ahead and cut this and now jump over to that previous clip that we were talking about. So let's go ahead and drag this here.
Here's a photo.
Cool.
Send us. Here's a photo a customer submitted, and here's the engraving that our team of artists crafted.
Cool. And then we're gonna go ahead, split that there.
You can rest assured that if there are any issues with the photos you submit,
this maybe I wanna do a little bit bigger to kind of zoom in on the
we'll
details.
personally reach out to make them right.
Let's see. What else we got here? I like the idea of like transitioning back and forth to the box shots. I think that's kind of aesthetic, so that's what I'm gonna try to do here. So let's watch this kind of from the beginning.
Great question. All of our personalized jewelry for pet owners looks exactly like the photos you send us. Here's a photo a customer submitted, and here's the engraving that our team of artists crafted. You can rest assured that
And I don't know if this is blurry just because
if there are any issues with the
okay, yeah, that's good.
photos you submit, you'll
Cool, and let's go drag this here.
personally reach out to make them right. If you haven't already heard,
Okay, cool.
make them right.
I like that, and then I like transitioning to some other B-roll here towards the end that showcases multiple pendants. That's actually something I'm gonna do here. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna use some additional footage here. I'm gonna use some footage I recently shot now. So I recently shot some new footage that has multiple of our pendants being shown. And we're gonna go ahead and grab that. I just need to find it. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and use potentially this one here. Nope, not that. Let's see. So potentially this one here. Really, I want to emphasize some other objections that I know we have. One of them being like, can you add multiple pendants, right? So I'm thinking ahead of time, and I'm trying to maybe objection handle a little bit more here with other objections people may have. So let's see. I might add it like right here where we get that like light shimmer that happens. Let's go ahead, crop that, grab this.
If you haven't already heard, we're doing a limited time buy one get one free sale for the end of summer 2024. So personalized.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and jump to something else here, right? And as you can see, I'm not just having one shot the entire time. I'm really just showcasing the product in a few different ways, trying to show that you can have multiple different pendants, multiple different colors. That's kind of what this next one's gonna be that I'm gonna show you. Is gonna be the multiple different colors. Let me just see if I can find the right one that I want to use. Okay, perfect. I think this one here is good. And then I might also use this one here.
Personalize a meaningful piece of jewelry for yourself and get.
And then I'm gonna do cut this here. And then we'll grab this guy here.
And get another completely free just for the next few hours.
Beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and then cut this piece right here, delete that, and then video is gonna end right here. So last thing obviously we're gonna wanna do here in terms of this piece of content, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you actually how to launch this, is going to be adding this comment here, comment bubble at the top, which makes it very abundantly clear what the objection that we're handling actually is, right? And it's almost like we're answering this question that a potential customer has with this comment bubble.
Great question. All of our personalized jewelry for pet owners looks exactly like the photos you send us. Here's a photo a customer submitted, and here's the engraving that our team of artists crafted. You can rest assured that if there are any issues with the photos you submit, we will personally reach out to make them right. If you haven't already heard, we're doing a limited time buy one get one free sale for the end of summer 2024. So personalize a meaningful.
Okay, it looks like there's a little bit of a snap that happens there.
Personalize.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm tweaking.
Personalize.
Let's just do this. Crop it back a little bit there in case there's a black frame.
So personalize a meaningful piece of jewelry for yourself and get another completely free just for the next few hours.
Nice. So I think that's solid, right? Like I think this is a solid piece of content that correctly objection handles somebody being scared of the piece of jewelry not coming with the photo of their dog or looking exactly like the photo of their dog, right? So let's talk a little bit about how to now launch this piece of content, right? So let's first export it, right? You're gonna hit this little export button at the top right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and just export this to, let's go ahead and export this into my marketing drive, Creative Hub. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my Facebook videos. We're gonna put it here and we're gonna say, 2408, a objection handling image. I'm going to go ahead and export this.
All of our personal.
And then I'm going to go ahead and close, and I'm going to go ahead and close. Now what you'll see is we have the exported piece of content that is inside of my drive. And we're going to go ahead and launch this piece of content now to Facebook ads. And I'm going to show you exactly the settings that I use for this. All right, so just making sure this all looks good. I'm going to show you the exact same settings that I use, and you're welcome to use these as well. So we're going to go open up Facebook ads here, and we're going to navigate. I'm going to navigate to my middle of funnel creative testing. Now, the reason I'm doing this in the middle of funnel is because I want people that have just engaged and interacted with my brand to watch this piece of content, right? They're gonna be the ones that have those questions and have those objections. So I'm gonna go ahead and just click duplicate here, original campaign. We're gonna talk about the settings in here in a minute. And we're just gonna go ahead and name this to be relevant to what we just created. So we said 2408, a objection handling image, right? Perfect, yeah, same. Let's talk a little bit about the settings here. So I'm going to go ahead and set this super cheap, right around $35 a day to get started with. And you can see the settings here that I'm using are just targeting people that have viewed my brand, engaged with my brand, but have not purchased. So these are all made with custom audiences. I do believe I have some oh shoot, you can't even see that, my bad. Let's do this. Okay, so these are, again, these are using custom audiences. You can see here, view content in the last 180 days. Anybody who's viewed my website last 180 days, anybody who's engaged on my socials, both Facebook and Instagram in the 180 days, anybody who's viewed through my video content in the 180 days, and then excluding people that have purchased 18 to 65 plus. So that's how I'm setting this up here. If we go to the creative side, you're going to notice that we have this set up as a single image or video. And I'm going to go ahead and just remove all these old assets that were from the different one. And we're going to click select video. We're going to hit upload. And we're obviously going to want to upload the video that we just exported. Give it a few seconds. And it should be good. But anyways, let me see if there's anything I want to mention here while this is, all right, we'll upload it. So we're gonna click continue. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use a piece of copy that I know works here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that from my little copy sheet over here. And if you want this Creative Hub sheet that I use, you can find it inside of my Discord server. Let's go ahead and copy. I'm gonna use this copy right here. And then we're gonna go ahead and go back here, paste that in. And then we're gonna just change this up a little bit to say limited end of summer deal. So we're kind of just emphasizing this is the end of summer deal. I'm actually gonna turn off this one. So we're only using that piece of copy. Perfect. And then we're gonna go ahead and also use a piece of copy that works for my headline. And then I'm gonna leave this the same, and I'm gonna send this directly to my product page. So I'm gonna go ahead and publish this, this ad right now. That is how the settings for this ad are going to look. And as this ad performs or does not perform, I'm either going to increase the budget or decrease the budget to the people that have engaged with my brand. So that was a video A to Z on one thing that can absolutely skyrocket your conversion rate with your store. If you found this beneficial, feel free to check out my other content. And until next time, I will catch you guys later. Take it easy.